If I was dead and I could give my sons advice, the first thing I would tell them is to live your life as if everything is your fault. Every situation you're in, um, everything that comes to you, in every way, find a way to figure out how it is your fault that you got in that situation. Don't be one of these people that always pointing the finger towards towards somebody else or some other thing, or just bad luck, or it's some outside energy force or some devil or some entity or whatever, that this is the reason I don't have this is the reason I'm in this situation or that situation. Mainly because that's the only way you can really find yourself out of a bad situation. Just sitting, and even if you do find a way to determine through all your investigation that the reason you're in such and such situation is in fact somebody else's fault or just rotten luck, it still doesn't help you get out of that situation. You're only given, you say it's this person or the devil did it, the weather did it, whoever this thing done it, then you're giving that thing power over you. And by saying it is your fault, that gives you a situation, if you're, that gives you the power to get out of it yourself. I say this from right now, just slowly getting over what other people has been telling me is a herniation of the C7 disc in my neck, through ungodly amount of pain and waiting on just what MRI says Monday, and to go on from there, which is a result of me sitting in dead stop traffic, and a lady plowing into me, not even hitting the brakes, plowing into me, snapping me back, knocking me into the car that's in front of me, snapping me forward. And the result of that is ungodly amount of pain. But even it happening like that, I still have to figure out a way to say that was my fault. I can't really figure it out. I'm slowly figuring it out, but I do have to say that's really one of the only ways I can not sit here and feel like some little victim, like so many people in this world do anymore, to blame their situation all the way back on people that's not even, not only that's dead, that they got to experience in their life before they died, but people that was dead before they was even born, they'll blame it on them. I know this is like number one human nature. As I've said before, people, if I had to describe what is a dog is, what's the main thing a dog likes to do? A dog likes to pee on stuff. It likes to sniff other dogs' butts. What does a cat like to do? It likes to chase things that's run away from it. It's an animal that covers its crap. What does a person like to do? A person, by no means possible, wants to accept that anything is their fault. If they're 400 pounds, it's not their fault. It's some gene. It's the food, people that make the food. It's this, whatever. It's, everybody knows there's 100 reasons for that. If they've got crappy boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, treats them like dog crap, they're the one that picked them. All this stuff, it's a hard pill to swallow. But I know that as soon as I started doing my best to adopt that, I remember Jordan Peterson talking about, I think, I can't remember the guy. I guess it's the guy that he stayed in the gulag, however you say it, for a while. And anyway, I almost had his name. But anyway, he said he had to figure out a way that it was his fault that he had ended up in that situation. And that in itself, he believes, helped him get out of that situation. I forgot who said it. They said, that even if you get caught in a rainstorm, it is your, just pop-up storm, it is your fault because you chose not to carry an umbrella with you all the time, which factually is true. If you think about it. So just observing the amount of people that do follow the blame game and seeing just how easily it is to trace how that is the number one thing that's holding them back from getting the things they want in life, whatever that is. It's not always money, it's not always things. That's but whatever it is, to move forward in the direction they want to go, that is the main thing I see that is holding them back. And because I see the ones that don't adopt that mindset, they're always saying, I have control of this, reaching for the most control possible for them to control their lives the best they can, and blaming everything on themselves. Those are the ones that seem to just keep taking off. So that being said, as I said, if I was dad and could talk to my sons, because they're too young right now to even understand much of what I'm saying, if they could watch this in their adult life, their teenage life, and I was dead and gone, that is the number one thing I would tell them. Do not point the finger.